That's the language he used. And I told him, I said, the director you employ for us is a criminal. The registrar said, why do you call somebody a criminal? Why are you saying this? Get out of my office. I said, no problem, sir. I left his office. So by the time this thing will come out, this criminal used the letterhead of the basic of management practice in Nigeria. So loan from First Bank, forging many signatures, duped so many people within the building of that office. He gets to some stores in VI, equipment that he works here that by the end of the, all right, the day that he was to be arrested, he came in the night, took all that belongs to him, disappeared. So Mr. Register now sent for me. Why? I didn't know why he was sending for me. I now went. He now said, Mr. Johnson, you saw somebody and you said he was a criminal and truly is a criminal. How did you know? I now turned it to joke. I say, oh, God, let me continue here before we are able to sort. I think it's network issue. Let me use another device. All right. Oh, okay. Okay. Let me. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. Talking about my experience. Where I used to be. Oh, wow. Okay, you can just repeat. All right. So the registrar asked me that, how did you know for the first day that this man was a criminal? I turned it to a joke. I said, sir, you know, you were born in Ebute Metta, but I was born in Lagos Island. When we see criminals, we know immediately, and so on. Later, we found out that this man submitted PhD, submitted 2 master's degree, ICANN, masters from Oxford, from everywhere. This man, we saw the father. The father said he dropped out in Form 4. He dropped out in Form 4. And the father said he denounced him because every day he goes to police station and so on. Incidentally, that same man, we learned also that he had earlier worked with one of the biggest telecommunication company in Nigeria. He was posted to Ghana and he stole everything that there was to be stolen. Why is it that they do not disclaim in the newspaper. Why was it not disclaimed in the newspaper? They don't want a situation where they say a whole disorganization and be very, very vigilant. We must also be, when we see fraud, we should be able to smell fraud. When we see fraud, we should be able to smell it, that this thing is coming and it is aiming, it is targeting at me or some other people. So we have to look at it. So fraud detection, common types, false claims, false statement. From there, you now begin to get some red flag. False statements, mischarging, overcharging, defective pricing. You now begin to check that there is something wrong. When somebody said this substitution, counterfeit part, you have to continue to be vigilant on every part now. Kickbacks, bribery, gratuities, theft of government property, embezzlement, property, computer crimes, collusive bidding, bid rigging, price fixing, antitrust, and so on. But what concerns you here is for you to see that you are not fraudulently being taken for a ride. So many areas for us to see. So red flags. What are those red flags that you have to look out for? Frequent sole source contracts, non-competitive award, on usually high indirect charges, double inflated charges, frequently disallowed costs, lack of supporting documents. That is for institution. We are going to see how organization or we actually get concerned with this. Then individual, what do we do? Individual, what can you do to combat fraud? What can you do as individual? We are seeing institutions. What can you do? Watch out for red flags, especially now. The major aspect of fraud now comes with our phone. So you have to look at your phone. You have to tell yourself, through this phone, I need to be very, very cautious. I need to be very careful. When they enter into savings current account of anyone, it is through your phone. So you have to be very, very careful who you leave your phone with, what you yourself you are doing with your phone, what are you pressing and unpressing. So you have to look at some of this information. And when in doubt, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, when you are in doubt, ask a trusted friend. Ask a trusted friend. And it cannot be emphasized too emphatically that the reason why many, 98% are duped, is that they don't want to confer with anybody. They want to surprise everybody. And at the end of the day, they fall into this problem. So you have to look at it. So why do people commit fraud? Why do they commit fraud? They have opportunity. They talk to you and you open up to them. They bring out some things online and you click, and from there, this should serve as reason. Before you invest, investigate, to the extent that in Nigeria, at a point when people are buying in those days, I think that was an hesitant because I needed to invest, I told, and so on. Many of them came back with eye of regret because we never investigated before we begin to throw our money to these people. Some even borrow money to put into those shares. At the end of the day, some people stole the money and they run away. And these are the issues that are very, very critical. We are not careful enough. People see opportunity and they exploit it. There's a boy, his name is Bamishe. The boy resigned from Zenith Bank. He started a finance house. I do not know where regulators are. Where regulators are, I don't know. This boy actually started the finance house. People started to invest with this boy. This boy, like Cypress, claimed that return on investment is organization invested, companies invested with this boy, and so on. When the boy sees that this money is running into several billions, the boy now took his wife, took his daughter, and looked to one country, the country that I don't even know where it is in the map of the world. I don't know where the country is in the atlas of the world. The boy ran there, and federal government of Nigeria, they pursue. When the country see what the boy brings, they give the boy PR. The boy is now there enjoying his booty. So when people see opportunity, they enter in. You need to close that opportunity. Then pressure leads to the motivation that leads to unethical behavior. Pressure. People on the side of duper, on the side of those that are duped, when they give you some pressure, come and buy this now. This house is available. But something happened in Ogun State last week, and there's a land. People pay for that land and everything. That is why before you invest, for you to go and investigate in another state also. People, okay, come and buy was said to have used their pension to who are collecting the money. They could not find it. It is a justification of it also as stealing. So of course, very capable in terms of IT, blockchain, robotics. They have knowledge of IT paraphernalia, and they use it to dupe a lot of people. To that extent, we have to be very, very careful. We have to be careful. We have to be very, very careful. So key messages, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, fraud can target anyone. It can target, it doesn't matter who you are. It can target anyone. They can enter into your account. They can enter into anywhere. It can be anybody. They don't distinguish. They don't select. As they are targeting governor, they are targeting paupers. Watch for many different types of fraud. You also get information about some of the ways by which people can defraud you. Be aware of the tricks that fraud artists use. This Yahoo that you call, beware of the tricks that they use. Some of the pictures you see online in Instagram and some of them, they are not the real picture of those people. Some put female pictures, and whereas they are male. I've seen situations where people use female picture. They say that, okay, we want to send this to you from abroad, we want to give you as a gift, and so on. Now, when those people now say, okay, no, I want this. Okay, what can we do to have it? Then we are going to send it through shipment to you. This is a life story. We send it through shipment to you, and so on. They show shipment, the goods is coming from Nigeria computer, and so some of those gifts that they want to give to the people. So they say, the Lagos airport, they cannot get there, so they have to drop the goods at Abuja airport. That you have to pay for people to bring it from Abuja to Lagos. Okay, that person pay the money for shipment, for whatever, what do you call it now? Dispatch, DHL, whatever they call it, to bring the goods to Lagos. Now, they now call him again that now we are in Lokoja. Police have arrested us. So they say in that package, they saw something there that looks like drug. So what do we do? And so on. And we need some money to give to them. If you give to them, then you have it. Because the goods that we are sending to you are worth over 4 or 5 million. So if you can send at least 1 million, we'll be able to, and the money was sent. And Alolari Arabo. So this is very, very real. These are the things that as a counselor, I've sat down and people narrated some of these things. So never send money unless you know an offer is legitimate. Everything that relates to fraud is about money. It's about money. Never give personal information unless you know the person is legitimate. Don't give your personal information. It's better to lose money than to lose your life savings. That thing that he wants to give you, let him keep it, because this is what is going on all over the places now. So how do you protect yourself? There's a lottery scam going on now. You have to look at it. Affinity fraud, phishing, Ponzi scheme, MMM, Cybex, and so on. Some of the people that were duped, some are in hospital now. They are recovering from illnesses, opportunistic infection and diseases. Pump and dump. Pump and dump is one that, oh, we are bringing this and so on. At the end of the day, when they collect your money, that's the end of it. Credit card fraud, your card and so on. So care has to be taken. Serious care has to be. So password, do and don'ts of password. Do and don'ts of your password. Store pins and password where anyone can find them. Don't store your pins and password where anyone can find them. Use the same pin. Don't use the same pin and password for different uses. I know some of us, we have only one password for everything. Once they can guess it, they can guess it. 13th of October. That's where you are born. 13th of October, 1932. They now use 1310. That's what you use. They can guess it. Don't use personal information that is easy to figure out. Use comma, dot, and so on. Inverted comma, and so on to deceive and to protect yourself. Use a password. Don't use a password that is the same as your account name. Don't use pins and passwords that are easy to spot while typing. So use confusing words. So this is very, very important. The do, use at least 8 characters. Use at least 1 capital letter, 1 lowercase letter, 1 number or special character. Don't put spaces. Use many different characters. That goes a long way. Use many different characters. Then change pins and password as often as you can do it, so that we can be protected against these evildoers that is all over the place. So creating password, use the initials from a phrase you remember. Misspell the words deliberately. Switch numbers or symbols for letter. Use 3. Instead of following with 4, follow it with 1. Use an online password tools that can help you to be able to gather what you need. Tips for social networking: never post anything that scammer will use in your social network, in your Facebook account, in your LinkedIn and other accounts, and so on. Set security and privacy options for maximum security. Limit your friends to people you know. Some of them are saying, I want to be your friend. And so when the first thing I do is that I'll go and look at their character. I look at the way they dress. I look at what they have posted in the past. When I see that this one, his vision is not congenial with my own, I will ignore or delete. Be alert for scam messages. And you know that out of 100 messages now, almost 100 are scam. So you have to be very careful. Don't allow services to scan your addresses, especially communication company providers. Watch out for apps that could read your data. So you have to look at it. Then there's also pension scam. So we have to be very careful. Pension scam involved fraud, to transferring their pension savings into for housing, to armed robbers, to criminals. I don't know how you will expect that person to be able to sleep normally again. And if somebody is not sleeping, what is coming to happen? High blood pressure. From high blood pressure to burial ground. So we have to be very, very careful. You need to protect yourself. You need to be cautious of unsolicited people. Verify their credentials and so on. So you have to look at it. You have to look at it. So common tactics used by pension scammers, cold calling. They just call you, how are you? Yesterday, somebody called me and said, how did you get my number? I say, online. I say, okay, no problem. You get my number online. All right, no problem. And if she moves forward to something that is incongenial with my value, I say, I'm sorry, and I will off the phone. Sales tactics. Scammer may try to pressure you into making quick decisions to transfer your pension immediately or invest in a scheme, housing scheme especially. Promises of high returns. That is what everybody wants. Everybody wants high returns. But most high returns now have now turned to no return. High return has now turned to no return. They never return from it. They enter to burial ground. Pitching for personal information, free pension reviews, and so on. Clone farms. So all this, we have to look at it. They want to assist you. They want to do this and so on. Okay, we are this company, we are that company, and so on. So be careful. If you are this company, okay, where is your address? Okay, I'll visit you in your office. Just give me your address. So beware of this online scheme. So you have to be wary of unsolicited contacts, verify credentials. Don't rush into decision. The problem is that we want to surprise our children, want to surprise our husband, want to surprise our wives. At the end of the day, we are the one that ended up being surprised. Seek professional advice. Be aware of the warning signs, the red flag. Report suspicious activities. So key point to remember, pension scams are common and can be very damaging to health, damaging to life, damaging to relationship. Be proactive in protecting it. Seek professional advice. Report any suspicious activity. But who do we report to? I think we get there. So what do you do if you become a victim? The best is for you to report. And what do we get today? Who are you reporting to? We are very, very careful now. You report your case to the police. Police, who is police? Police, that is the twin brother of the criminal. So what do? You see EFCC that you report to. Somebody yesterday in Abuja said he reported the case. His account was wiped away yesterday. His account was wiped. All his account was wiped away. Then he reported to EFCC. EFCC investigated. The culprits were arrested. His money was restored. And the man said something. He said EFCC didn't ask for bribe. I said, Nigeria, that is wonderful. That is wonderful. Body must be very, very vigilant now. In fact, most of the time, don't deal with issues that relate to investment and so online. If there's anybody, where is your office? The physical office, so that if there's anything, you can know how to report. And children, our children, employment. Somebody did it in this place in Akwa Ibom. She attended the interview, but she's in the burial ground now. So our children, they have to be very. Do you know what? I'm not surprised. One of my staff, when she was coming for interview, the father brought her. The father worked with LASEPA. The father brought her, waited for her. After the interview, the father now took her home before she came to resume. I told the father, I say, I do the same thing. I say, in fact, to the extent that NYC camp, I follow my daughter there. They abuse me there. They say that, Oga, you have been following her since nursery school. You follow her. I say, I know what I'm doing. somewhere in Penn Cinema Agege, somewhere in Ikeja, somewhere in VI, we have gathered some fake institutions that they are kidnappers and they put up vacancy adverts. And that is why I went to meet Federal Ministry of Labor and Productivity. I said we should do something about it. I went to professional body guiding human resources in Nigeria. I went to the office. What do we do about this? I saw that they are not ready to do so much about it. So I went to the Federal Ministry of Employment, Labor and Productivity in Ikoyi. And we sat down, we said, okay, whoever that we engage in recruitment, anybody that we engage in recruitment must basically, anybody must register with Federal Ministry of Labor and Productivity. So if you are not registered, you cannot put up adverts. So we are working on it now, and it's going to be legislated upon that people will not just sit down somewhere, write out vacancy. People go there, they are kidnapped, and they are requesting for money. So that is very, very critical to checkmate some of these things. Now, coming to our own personal life, let us be careful about these online dealings. Let us be very careful. Look, if they say that you are doing your things physically, people think that okay, this guy is not there yet. You know, it's not like coming up on social media and so on. But we have to be careful. In as much as it is good to use social media, we should be very careful. Can I say that most of the things you see on social media, they are lies? I must say this, that 90% of what you see, even video, everything, it's lie. So you have to go behind some of these things. Call James 2 cybercrime in Lagos. This is last week. Justice Alexander Owóẹ̀yẹ of the Federal High Court on Monday, July 24th, sentenced the duo of Damilola Sodiq and Samuel Paul Osanyade to 1 year imprisonment and so on. So what bothers me is this guy duped other people. This tells you that you have to be very careful. So it is now recently in the Paja command area. If it's not revealed that each of the defendants active bank account domicile in Union Bank open money point in Nigeria to several email accounts and so on, they use to defraud unsuspecting people. So they were subsequently arraigned on June 27 and so on one count charge bordering on cybercrime and so on. Investigations were conducted and so on, and Sodiq confessed that he was into modeling scam, that he has benefited to the tune of $400,000 US. Osanyade confessed he was into romance scam. So these are some of the issues that we have to look out for. So you can see they restricted 150,000, 100,000, and so on. So it is you that has to be very, very careful to ensure that nobody comes to you, nobody dupes you, that you can be free. You are not greedy. You are not looking for what you are not working for. You are not looking for Sogundogoji and some of those issues. So care has to be taken. So this is another case. It talks about promo. They are doing promo investment windows for. Most of the things that we see online are lies. They are lies, they are deceptive, and we have to be very, very careful. And before we invest, we have to investigate thoroughly before we invest. And most of the investment that comes to us now is this Ponzi scheme, housing schemes, and some of those things. If you want to buy your land, go to where the land is, pay for the land, obtain your papers, start to build on your own, buy cement, buy block on your own, get somebody to supervise it for you. Ojú àwo làwo fi ń gbọbẹ̀. So care has to be taken now to ensure that, because the effect of being duped is not only about money. And that's what I will say finally. The effect is not about money. It goes to affect health. It goes to affect stability. It goes to affect mental stability. So care has to be taken to ensure that we are not basically find ourselves in the wrong side of Yahoo people, fraudulent people, and so on. So we have to be wise. We have to be very, very wise now. We have to stand up and ensure that we are not actually taken for ride, duped, and so on. Because many of us, you can imagine, as a counselor, I know that many cannot even say it out. They feeling the pain. So I can only say that just take the pain out of your life. It happens and it happens. There's nothing we can do about it. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. So the next is for us to hand over to the coordinators of the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mosaku. I think this is a lot. It's a lot of information, and I know most of us would have picked from areas that are most relevant to us. Our time is fast spent, so I'm not going to be doing any review, but I know some of us will have questions. Please, let's feel free to signify, and then we'll be asked to unmute and ask our questions. And we can also feel free to type on the chat. We'll also take the questions on the on the chat. Thank you very much. So let's keep our questions coming. And I want us to appreciate our facilitators. Let's make use of all our emojis. You know, I think as usual, he has done very well. He has informed us. And for those of us who are also still in the service, I'm sure we picked our own from all the things he has said. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Let's keep our emojis coming. Let's use our emojis. Let's appreciate him. Let's appreciate him. If you have any question, we can signify. I'm still waiting. We have few minutes. Let's use about 5 minutes to take our questions. Okay. Somebody signify, please unmute and ask your question. Okay, I think it's just an emoji to thumb up. It's not somebody signifying to ask a question. Well, I think people are very, very satisfied. I'm just seeing emojis here. Emojis. Thank you for the update on corruption. Thank you for a wonderful presentation. Thank you for the insights. I think it's a well-loaded presentation, and all the answers that people have been asking have been answered. So nobody is asking any question, only appreciation. So on that note, let me just invite someone to, please, on the behalf of the head of service and the retirees, appreciate Dr. Mosaku. Somebody to please signify. Okay, I think I'll just nominate someone. Let me see those who are online. Okay, I can see Mrs. Fatinikun. Mrs. Fatinikun, please unmute and appreciate the facilitator. Mrs. Fatinikun, are you there?
Hello, good morning, ma.
Okay, good
Good
morning,
morning,
ma.
director. Good morning, our dear PAMSECs and directors and members on the platform. On behalf of Lagos State Government and the head of service and the Directorate of Post Service and all members, I want to appreciate our elucid facilitator, Dr. Mosaku, for always being there to impact knowledge on us and to make us aware of what is going on globally and especially in our society. This topic especially has been very, very key and impactful. So we thank you very much for sharing your wealth of knowledge with us. And we pray that God Almighty will continue to increase you in knowledge, in good health, and in divine wisdom in Jesus' name. Thank you.
Amen.
God bless you.
Thank you, Mrs.
Thank you, ma'am.
Fatinikun. Mrs. Rotimi is also on this call, and I think she signified I didn't see it early, but I'm still going to call her. Mrs. Rotimi, please unmute, and you can still appreciate Dr. Mosaku. I think he deserves it.
Yes, good morning, House.
Good morning, ma'am.
On behalf of Lagos State Government, good morning. On behalf of Lagos State Government, the coordinators, Mrs. Drodola, my dear sister, and my colleagues on this platform, I'm saying a very, well, Mr. Mosaku is somebody that I know personally, and he has not disappointed me this morning. Mr. Mosaku, thank you so much for enlightening us on this issue, especially we women, because we are not that computer savvy or AI savvy or IT savvy. So we fall victims most of the time. We give our phones to people to help us to check, especially when our eyesight, is playing with us. So thank you so much for enlightening us this morning, and may your wealth of experience never diminish in the mighty name of Jesus. The Lord will continue to bless you. He will oppose you, will continue to find favor and that wisdom. And Mrs. Drodola, thank you so much for bringing this, because it is really, really prompt. Now that we have all this AI, that they can clone your face, they can clone your voice and everything. We have children all over the world. Anybody can use their, God forbid. In fact, there is one thing that I do every morning. I'm sure my colleagues will start laughing. When I finish praying, I'll lay hands on my phone. That God, please don't be victims of scammers. Yes, I'm 419, because we are very, very vulnerable, especially women and the old people. Mr. Mosaku, thank you. Dr. Mosaku, thank you so much. God bless you. God continue to enrich you. And God bless Lagos State Government. Thank you.
So I want to say a very big thank you once again to Dr. Mosaku for always coming up powerfully to educate us on this platform. We are really very, very grateful. We are really very grateful. And I'm sure
I'll send the material to you.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. So thank you very much. I want to say thank you very much also to all our participants of this call, all our retired heads of service, permanent secretaries, directors, and even serving officers that have joined us this morning. We are really very grateful. And let me just remind us once again, somebody made a comment. He said, all of us wants to use smartphone. How smart are we? Those of us who are using their smartphone, we are very vulnerable to these scammers. Those who are using the Palasa phone that we call Palasa now, they are even a little bit safer than us. Let's be very careful out there. We've received all the information. Let's ensure we go back to the slides. I will connect the slide and forward the slides to us. Let's go back to the slides. Then we also have the video. We can have the replay on YouTube. Let's go back there. Let's watch. let's read and ensure that we take in more of this information so that we can be safe out there. Thank you very much once again. God bless you, sir. So we are all free now to unmute and say hello to one another. Let's say hello to somebody we have not seen in a while. Thank you very much. God bless you. On the behalf of the head of service and the PSPSO, I'd like to declare this webinar closed. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So, thank you so much.
All right, sir. You can stop sharing your screen now so that we can see each other's faces. I'm sure they want to exchange pleasantries. Ẹ káàárọ̀ gbogbo ilé o.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ ọ̀gá.
Ọ̀gá ẹ tiẹ̀ wà ń bẹ̀, ẹ káàárọ̀ sà.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ o.
Pàdé mi mọ̀ pé wà ń bẹ̀.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ o.
Thank you, sir.
Bàbá Àjì, good morning.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ sà.
Good morning.
Capo.
CSC, good morning.
My neighbor, Mr. Afolabi.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ ma.
Bọ́bẹ̀ la máa ṣe o. Ẹ bá ń kí màdámù o.
Good morning.
Good morning. Báwo ni o?
Ẹ káàárọ̀ màdìá, sálàáfíà ni bùrọ́dà mi ń kọ́.
Adúpẹ́ o.
Àjì, good morning. My twin sister. Ẹ káàárọ̀ ẹ kújọ́ mẹ́ta, báwo ni ọmọ wa ń kọ́?
Good morning. Mrs. Famurewa. Sugar baby, good morning. And sugar baby.
Yes, ma.
Bùnmi, kó ọdún náà wá o.
Ọjọ́ kan pẹ̀lú. And sugar baby, àlàáfíà lè wà.
Ẹ káàárọ̀. Ẹ kújọ́ mẹ́ta, báwo ni?
Adúpẹ́ o.
Ẹ take care. Ẹ ní láyé sí.
Thanks.
A máa pàdé láyọ̀, God bless you.
Adúpẹ́ o, ẹ káàárọ̀ sà. Ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ kú iṣẹ́ o. Àwa nìyẹn. All right o.
Bye. Bye.
Ó dàbọ̀, Bùnmi. See you, Bankile o. All right o. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you all for joining. I'm going to be ending the meeting now.